How's it going, everybody? This is Seer here, and today we are discussing the Liberty team and the gameplay to go along with it. This team far exceeded any expectation that I had. They were amazing in Alliance, where what you're going to end up seeing on the footage. As far as teams I was able to take out on the offensive side of things, I was able to take out a lot of the Odin comps, the Mephisto comps, with this full team. I didn't need any sort of lifter at all to where I needed to take out, say, War Machine and add in another Odin or Mephisto. This 5-man team was able to do it on its own. Now, there were certain team comps to where I kind of struggled with it, so I did end up taking out War Machine and I threw somebody else in. Now, I do want to let you know that I would avoid using Ares with this team. Initially, I was thinking we could throw Ares in here, but because of the passive on Falcon Joaquin, on spawn to apply taunt for 2 turns to all enemies. If we end up adding an Ares in here, Joaquin's going to go in, he's going to apply taunt to everybody, and then Ares is going to strip all the taunts off, which we don't want to happen. Because of the taunts and the 3 new characters, they will be taking that extra 10% damage, bringing it up to a 30% damage boost when anybody has taunts on them, which typically happens quite a bit. Now, later today, we are going to be getting Peggy Carter, and she is one of the most important characters on this. She's going to be doing that outer turn damage of 250% piercing in war. Outside of war, she's going to be doing that 100% piercing damage. Also on this hit, she's going to be doing that slow and heal block. She does have a very powerful mechanic in her passive to where enemies with slow cannot gain speed up. So if you end up getting a slow on Odin, for instance, he's not going to get a speed up if you accidentally get a stun on him. So you can try to tunnel down that Odin before he takes a turn. Now, if this character has 3 or more Liberty allies, meaning you can take that War Machine out if you really want to, enemies with slow cannot fill speed bar for themselves or allies. So that's going to be a nice counter into any form of Apocalypse or Super Scroll that you see on the defensive side of thing as well. With Patriot, as far as what he brings to the team, he does do the flip 1 negative effect to a positive effect. He also has the lower dodge by 100%, taking an additional 10% damage. And until this character completes a turn, which is very slow, Liberty allies get 5,000% extra focus, meaning you're going to be landing any form of stun, slow, heal block, trauma, anything like that. You're pretty much landing all those negative effects. Now, as far as his in-war buff, if there's 4 or more Liberty allies, lower the max barrier, enemies with taunt cannot gain stealth, and the damage of this character and Liberty allies can only be reduced by offense down. Now, I don't know how that's going to affect with exhaust, because the exhaust usually lowers all of the stats, including damage. I think this kind of bypasses the exhaust portion, but not positive. Now, as far as how this team performs outside of Alliance War. If you were watching my stream for the 5C Cosmic Crucible tournament, I was a little down on the team, but after kind of sleeping on it, resting on it, I'm actually okay with how this team performs in Cosmic Crucible. It's not going to be that offensive weapon. It's not going to be a defensive powerhouse that I initially thought they might be. However, they are going to be one of the top 6 teams that we might see on defense, because as it stands, we typically have Orcus on there, who gets walked over by the Night Stalkers team, and this team performs better than that as far as trying to pull efficiency points away. Also, the teams that this team usually pulls is going to be like a Cabal, an Astral, a Superior 6 with Old Man Logan. It's going to pull a high-value team, making it to where in one of those 6 rooms, they need to try to deal with having one of those big weapons pulled away from it. That kind of makes sense how I explained it, but with Cosmic Crucible, I think this is going to be an okay team. It's not going to be like the best team. It's going to be good enough. When it comes to like any form of tower mode, like Kiln Tower, Sword Satellite, I think this team is going to perform very well. They do have a lot of the tools to where, depending what floor you're going into, they should be able to do very well, because you got to pick and choose what floor and what character you're using. So we can maybe use somebody like the 3 new characters, Captain Sam, drop War Machine, throw somebody else in there, and then you can usually get through that type of floor. So I think this is going to be a pretty good team. In Alliance War, I'm probably going to be using this team as an offensive weapon. Based on how I was able to take out so many of these high-value teams with any form of sacks on it is very appealing to me. Whereas if this team was on defense, you're able to take out the mirror matchup very easily. Having it to where you have the taunt on the enemy, you can kind of pick and choose your targets because of those taunts means that you can kind of get the leg up on the opponent if they put this on defense itself. But I have a lot of gameplay footage for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have one for the rest of the day. All right, the first test we're going to be doing with this Liberty team today is going into the Astral team. They're the newest kind of a war team that we have. Granted, they're Battle World with a subcategory of war as well. But I'm really curious how they're going to hold up. This is the newest war team that has the new stats on there. So let's go ahead, punch into this, and see how the Liberty team goes. I think they're actually going to do pretty well into the Astral team based on how the kits perform. Astral, they're more of a team that kind of outsustains you. So right off the bat, you see how all of the taunts are on the enemy field over here. As far as the buffs we have the death boost, we have the deflect. We don't have that speed up, we don't have the immunities, anything like that. So let's start by going into Doctor Strange. We're going to use the special from Falcon into him. And there you can kind of see the ping from Peggy Carter just chunking him away already. Now, Shadow King ended up doing the special. We got protected because right before he took that turn, we got the immunity, we got the defense up, we got all of our buffs up, including that safeguard. So we're protected from that ability block. Let's go ahead and use that special from Peggy Carter into Doctor Strange. So there we got the stun on him. Let's pivot over to Ancient One now. We're going to use the special. So now we're getting the defense down, slows on them. All right, let's go ahead and special here. We're going to get some turn meter. And that damage that we just did to Doctor Strange just chunked him down. All right, let's target Moondragon and special. So there goes Moondragon. There goes Doctor Strange. And Mephisto almost got taken out. So this is a 7/7 war machine. We have diamonds on ours typically. So it's going to be devastating. All right, there's the ultimate from Falcon, Joaquin. All right, let's go ahead, target Shadow King and ult with Peggy. And let's finish off Shadow King. There goes Ancient One. Yeah, so this was a really easy matchup. Usually we have timeout issues with the Astral, but there's no issue on that one. All right, so here we have the full Liberty team going into the full Absolute A-Force. This is the newest war team that we've had recently. The one that came right after the Astral team. It's a very powerful team. So let's go ahead and see how this one plays out as a straight-up matchup. So right off the bat, we're going to end up targeting down this Kahori and use the special from Falcon. And you kind of see the power of these taunts. Basically, we're able to kind of pick and choose who you want to go after. Let's special get the trauma stun into Kahori so we don't have to worry about her. All right, we're going to special this, going to get defense down out on the enemy. Now let's go ahead and ult. This is going to give us some nice turn meter. All right, we're going to target Wasp here in special. All right, so there goes Kahori. All right, so there goes Wasp. Let's go ahead, target Mismar Classic and ult. The match is pretty much over right now. We can put this on auto. We just have to worry about that Medusa for the damage. We have Ironheart, who's going to die from the splash, as you see. All right, so there goes the Medusa. And let's jump back over to Ms. Marvel Classic. All right, so yeah, really easy matchup on here, as you see. The Liberty just kind of outspeeds them. The taunts, being able to just kind of take out whoever they want, is a very powerful tool. All right, the next test we're going to go into, let's jump into an Odin comp. So this is Absolute A-Force Nightcrawler Odin. If you guys watched my ward defense video, this is kind of my #1 ward defense team that I put on the list out there. The Nightcrawler really throws things off. The honorable mention would be throwing like a Mephisto in place of Nightcrawler. We'll see if we can try to get that team matchup next. But let's try this one first. So same ISOs on here, and we basically shut down the assist. We shut down any control that they have, so they're not going to get the 200% turn meter from Kahori. Here goes Nightcrawler doing the special into us. We're protected because of the immunity on us. We're just going all in on Odin. So let's go ahead and special. And this one here, it does do a stun. This usually speeds up Odin, but let's just go full tilt into him, take him out. Nightcrawler's ready to be messed up right there. All right, here is special. So they don't get speed up. That's another thing that Liberty brings. Nightcrawler's killed off. Let's ult with Captain America Sam. And let's just finish Odin off. There we go. Now we have Kahori, we have Ms. Marvel Classic, and Medusa. And there goes our Falcon. That's pretty big. All right, let's go ahead and ult into Kahori. Now we got Traumas out there. Ult with Patriot. All right, let's get some ability energy, get that taunt up on us. Let's ult. All right, so there goes Kahori. And let's just go ahead and hit auto. We're going to take out Medusa. And then we'll jump over to Ms. Marvel Classic. Ms. Marvel Classic, she could be a pain due to the health bounce that she does. And there she goes. Now we just have to take out Ms. Marvel Classic. There's a heal block. And there she goes. Really easy matchup. Even losing Falcon Joaquin in that mix right there. All right, the next test we're going to do is going to be a Mephisto comp. So we have the A-Force team with America Chavez and Mephisto. Now this one here is another one I had on my defense list. It was like the #2 defensive team. Having it to where Mephisto's on this really elevates the Alpha Flight team. Then we have America Chavez in there, typically giving that extra turn meter, making it to where Guardian and North Star kind of pop off early. This one should walk over this team as well. We're just going to tunnel down Mephisto. Then from there, we're going to try to control that North Star and Guardian and make sure they don't really pop off on us. There goes Mephisto. Let's target Mephisto now in special. And right now the pings look like they're going to be going into Guardian. Let's go ahead and special, get that first stun on Mephisto. And let's special. Now we're getting some defense downs out there. All right, let's ult. This is going to speed us up. And let's go ahead, target Chavez in special. See if we can take out North Star. There he goes. All right, now we just have to take out this Mephisto right here. Should be pretty easy right after that. Right here, we are going to get some trauma on us, but that's perfectly fine. The match is fairly over at this point. There's an ability block on Mephisto. Let's go ahead and ult with Patriot. Big damage right there. And let's special. This is going to call Peggy Carter in. There she goes. Let's ult. And there goes Mephisto. Now we just have to take out the Sasquatch. Really easy matchup. So you kind of see the power that Liberty brings to the Alliance Force. All right, this matchup here is going to be an Alpha Flight team with Ares and the America Chavez. And here's how this one's going to play out. Having it to where Ares is going to take all of her buffs. And then once one of their characters takes a turn, we're going to get a bunch of buffs back. I want to see if that's going to outweigh what Ares typically does to us. There goes our death proofs. Let's go ahead and target Guardian and special with Falcon. All right, so there's the ult, but we got the safeguard. We got the defense up immunity, so we're protected there. All right, let's go ahead and special into Guardian right here. There's the trauma stun. Get defense down out there. All right, so there goes Chavez. That's fine. Let's go ahead and ult. Give us that extra turn meter. Yeah, so this one was no cake as well. So they can handle Ares taking our buffs away. Alpha Flight's usually a pretty good team with them on there too, so pretty interesting on that one. All right, this one here, we have the Alpha Flight team, the 4-piece with Odin going against that Liberty team for us. I think we should be okay with this. We were able to take out a Mephisto version of this. This is just the Odin, no America Chavez on there. So I think we can try to tunnel down that Odin just like we did before. Let's go ahead and special into him. All right, there we go. North Star goes doing the ultimate. We're protected. We got that safeguard immunity on us. All right, let's go ahead and special into that Odin. There we do have the slow on him, so that means he's not going to be getting that speed up. But special with Patriot, this is going to get defense down. Bolt, this is going to give us that turn meter. And special here, that should kill those 3. Yep. So now we just have to take out that Sunfire and the Sasquatch, which shouldn't be an issue for us. All right, this is another kind of a meta defense that we do see every now and then. We have the Orcus team with Mephisto. This one here, we're going to have to do some control. We need to try to get that stun landed on the Omega Sentinel. Otherwise, those pinks can do some pretty massive damage to us, especially if she gets a turn. So right off the bat, we're going to end up targeting the Omega Sentinel here. And let's go ahead and special into her. There we did get the slow. We got the heal block on her. All right, special from Peggy Carter. So there's the stun. Now let's go ahead and see if we can take out this Nimrod. Now that we have a stun on Omega Sentinel, I want to try to take out the Nimrod before he pops off on us. We're going to ult with Captain Sam. There is the one Sentinel bot, so we got an extra turn meter that we normally wouldn't get. Let's special into Scientist Supreme. All right, there goes the Mega Sentinel. She didn't end up coming back because of the Mephisto. Ult into Nimrod here. All right, so their Nimrod ends up popping off. Pretty big damage to us. Let's go ahead and ult with Peggy Carter. And let's go ahead and ult into that Nimrod before he gets another turn off. There goes Scientist Supreme. Let's ult here. All right, so there goes Nimrod. Now we need to take out the Mephisto over here real quick. I'm going to try to kill him before he gets his ultimate off on us. All right, special into Mephisto. There he goes. So now it's pretty easy cleanup here. This one here was a little dicey. I could see a world where if things don't land like they're supposed to, such as the stun, even though we get that extra focus on us, on that Omega Sentinel, or if you kind of misplay it a little bit, you could end up wiping. All right, so here we do have the mirror match we're going to attempt last for you guys. So we have our Liberty team against the enemy Liberty team. The thing is, we kind of have the advantage because we're able to pick and choose who we want to take out, where the enemy here is basically based on AI. It's kind of whoever they want to hit, they're going to hit. But what we want to do is we want to try to target down this Peggy Carter first. We're just going to special into her with the Falcon. So there, the enemy Patriot got the defense. Let's go ahead and special. Now we got the trauma stun into the enemy Peggy Carter right there. So there they got the turn meter. Let's go ahead and special with our Patriot. Now we're going to get the defense down out there. All right, let's target Falcon in special. There he goes. There goes the Patriot. Let's go ahead and ult with our Captain Sam now. All right, so there goes the enemy Peggy Carter, and there goes the War Machine. So you can kind of see this was like the worst case scenario. I got knocked down pretty low. They got the turn advantage with Captain Sam ulting first on us, and they kind of lapped us, but we were able to pick and choose who we wanted to take out. So the edge kind of goes to us.